No, it's not. It's Tuesday. Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021. And I am in Portland, Oregon, where it was like 99 degrees or something yesterday. It was crazy hot, extremely unusually hot. Today it's going to be, I think, 87. So it'll be a little bit more back to normal. Oh, did you hear something? That is a frog. I have a frog that is making itself known. I found this spot. I'm in Noble Woods Park. It's in Hillsboro, a suburb of Portland, and found this quiet place by this stream, except there's a frog that occasionally is making itself known. So you may hear him. Up there he goes. See? He actually did like 4 of those thingies, whatever he does, croaking or whatever, when right before I started this live. So anyway, yesterday had a beautiful drive northwest from Klamath Falls all the way to Salem, Oregon. Quite interesting. In Salem, the interstate shut down. I was minding my own business, going whatever, a little above the speed limit, and before I know it, all the traffic shut down. So did some research, found out that there was somebody that had a gun that was shooting, and when I finally came at the end of the slowdown, we saw a policeman that had his gun drawn, and there were some homeless people in tents that were right next to the interstate. And so it was quite an interesting adventure. And then finally got to my hotel, and then got to do some ministry last night at a home that was nestled into some mountainous areas northwest of Portland, and get to announce that we're actually doing some more ministry tomorrow night. So you can come out if you didn't catch us last night, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. It's near a suburb called Milwaukee, although it's not spelled like the same Milwaukee with 2 E's, it's I-E, and it's like southeast of Portland. So you guys that missed last night can come on out tomorrow night, 7 p.m. The address is on my website, restoredtofreedom.com, as well as it's on my ministry page, Restored to Freedom. So you can find the address there. So if you want to come out tomorrow night, 7 p.m. local time, and again, I'll run down my schedule here. June, again, 23rd, be in Portland, Oregon at a home group. June 25th through the 27th, I'll be in Seattle, Washington at the Point Church, which is about, 4 hours north of where I'm at right now. And then the July 9th and 10th, I'll be in Billings, Montana at the Everlasting Covenant congregation. July 17th, be in Denver at the Denver Marriott West in Golden, Colorado. July 24th, be in Omaha, Nebraska at the Empowered Family Church. July 31st in Fort Atkinson, Iowa in One Accord. August 1st in Decorah, Iowa at the Christian Life Center. August 7th in Minneapolis at the Minneapolis Marriott West. And August 21st in Chicago at the Chicago Marriott in Naperville. September 25th, Faith Family Church in Greenville, South Carolina. And let's see, November 5th and November 6th in Waco, Texas. And that is at a to-be-determined venue. So stay tuned on that. So there's some kids here that are walking around enjoying this beautiful woodsy area. There's lots of trees, lots of woods, and then there's also this nice creek that is behind me. And lots of birds are chirping, and frogs, you'll hear croaking. So anyway, it's good to see kids outside without wearing masks and having fun. I'll say this, I came to Portland, I expected, I guess, a lot of people wearing masks, and when I checked into my hotel, I would say that half of the people checking in did not wear masks. The other half did. And also, apparently, the governor here in Oregon is wanting to get as many people to take this vaccine, and they're almost up to this 70% level, which apparently they said that if they get to that level, then they're going to relax certain things. So it's quite interesting how each state is responding to, these vaccines. So anyway, up there's a frog. I hear a frog who is enjoying himself. So again, you can actually see some kids behind me. So they're getting on camera right now. How interesting. Um, so anyway, I'm talking today about past wounds lead to present demons. And it is so true. I'll explain again how when we get wounded growing up, and we all do, we don't have a perfect father, we don't have a perfect mother. We have people that are our next door neighbors that do things to us, say things to us. We have people at school, we have sleepovers, they're in all walks of life. We have people who are not healed, not delivered, and they have demons, and they basically manifest. They manifest by their words primarily, but also by their actions. How do you know when a person's got demons and they're manifesting? They basically are saying things to you that are mean. They are saying things that hurt. They are jealous. They are envious. They are manipulative. They are controlling. That's how you know when people are manifesting with demonic spirits. And there's a lot of people in the church that are, that have them, obviously. And unfortunately, when people aren't healed from their wounds, aren't delivered from their demons, then that's why they are mean to you. That's why they say things that hurt you. People who are healed and who are delivered will have the fruit of the Spirit evident in their lives. So they'll have love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and gentleness and faithfulness and self-control. There's a lot of people, unfortunately, in the church that don't have those fruits of the Spirit that you would know that they're treating you in a good way. So they end up saying, good. Those are very hard steps that they're taking behind me, trying to cross and not fall into the creek. So live action video is amazing. You can't see everything because my chair's in the way, but there's a little boy that's trying to cross a rock without falling in. And now I see a dog in front of me. Wow, this is quite interesting turn of events here. So, hello.
Sorry.
That's okay. You did it. Yay.
Good morning.
And there's more people here. Wow. Everyone's wanting to get on YouTube Live today. So, anyways, enjoying myself out here in the woods, traveling and seeing lives changed, set free, marriages saved across the world. It's amazing when all it takes is people to forgive. When we forgive and give people to the Lord, we don't have the anger, we don't have the bitterness, and we can have fun, we can enjoy our lives. And it's interesting, I was talking to somebody, I think it was yesterday, and they were telling me how I know what it was. They did some research in the town of Klamath Falls and how many people there were mean. They were just mean, they said. And of course, all that shows you is that they were hurt when they were oftentimes growing up. They haven't forgiven people. So obviously they are saying things and doing things that are not nice to hurt people. And that's what demons do to people, is they cause them to not be the nice people that they should be. And when we aren't healed, we're not delivered, then oftentimes we go to church, we're searching for trying to get healed, trying to have people love on us. And unfortunately, when people in church aren't healed, aren't delivered, and the pastors, large part, have their own wounds, they come into trying to pastor because they've been hurt and they want to love on people. But you understand, when you have people that come into your church that are also wounded, the church becomes a mess if they don't address getting people healed and forgive people that have hurt them and delivered. So wounds are anything that causes us pain. And that can be a father or mother that weren't there for us, a father or mother that spoke to us in negative words, could be our siblings. Again, you could have a family where you've got a really good father and mother, but you have one child that might have been shown pornography, that might have been touched sexually, that might have been molested. And then that person will change, that child. Why? Because they start to hear demons. They start to remember the traumas and the wounds. And then those demons cause them to be mad and get angry and be jealous and go off on people, trigger. You know, that's the number one reason why there's strife in marriage, is because people have demons and they're not delivered. You get a couple that's delivered and oh my gosh, you have fun, you have joy. You don't want to do things that are selfish. You want to do things that bring joy to your husband or your wife. You know, when you're not delivered and you're still wounded, then you're selfish. And you want to do things that the demons are telling you to do that would bring joy, you think, to yourself, but it ends up sabotaging your relationship with your spouse or with your children. And then also demons want us to do things sexually that are impure. They want us to get drunk. They want us to party. All these things that do not bring true joy. It brings short-term happiness. But then in the morning you wake up and you're like worse than you were before. Because oftentimes you say things or do things and you're not in your core personality. You're in an alternate personality. So I got the sun in my eye right now. Hey. In fact, I'm going to the beach today. I got some sessions to do with some people, but I can do them on my phone or on my Facebook Messenger. But I'm going to head to Cannon Beach today. And there's a certain cafe that I love to go to when I'm there. They have great coffee, have great soup and sandwiches, and going to get some exercise walking on the beach. And I learned that Lily is welcome at Cannon Beach, and they encourage dogs to be unleashed, and so that they can run and they can have fun and enjoy their lives. So Lily is going to enjoy a fun day at Cannon Beach. Temperature is going to be in the 60s. It's going to be perfect. No, in fact, yesterday it was packed out, and I did not have time to go to the beach because I did ministry last night. But it was like 97 in Portland, and I think it was 75 or something in Cannon Beach, which is unusual that it's that warm. Wow, the sun's getting right on me. I'm going to go this way because then I block the waterfall. So I guess I'll go this way. So anyway, and then I'm enjoying, doing time of ministry with people all over the world. We're seeing more and more testimonies from people, more and more people that are following the ministry, saying this is real. This is the problem. This is the number one issue in the world, is people have demons. And people that have demons are going to do bad things. They're not going to have fruit of the Spirit. So let's see, I see Steve saying Cannon Beach is beautiful. Yes, I've been to Cannon Beach a couple of times before. And also there's the frog. Also, there's a park next to Cannon Beach that's way up on high, that's close to where there's cougars. So you have to be careful there. But Cannon Beach has Haystack Rock, which is the rock that was in the movie The Goonies. That gigantic, huge thing that just sits there. The water comes in and hits it, and some people can actually walk out there when the water goes out, the tide goes out. So anyway, it's a very unique area, and enjoy going out there and just having some peace. And then I've got some sessions to do this afternoon and one tonight, and then a couple sessions I guess tomorrow, and then doing ministry tomorrow night. Tomorrow night in just a suburb southeast of Portland called Milwaukee. And I'm looking forward to seeing some old friends, and we will see some new people that have never heard of the ministry before, that are looking for healing and deliverance. And wherever we go, we're seeing miracles. We're seeing people feel lighter, feel more joy, or maybe start the process of healing and deliverance. Again, it's normally a process. It's not normally a one and done deal. We can break off a lot of stuff, but again, if a person's been struggling their entire life with wounds, it may take them a while to truly forgive people from hurting them. When I do a session for a person, I ask the Lord to come to show them some of their pain that they've gone through and the people that have hurt them so they can see them from the Lord's perspective, and then they can forgive. So it's a great, amazing process that everyone needs. And then you have the fruit of the Spirit. You have a lot of joy. You have a lot of fun. You know, you enjoy just going for walks in the park. You don't have to like pay for entertainment. You don't have to waste money on addictions, addictive substances such as smoking and vaping and sex and drinking and drugs. All those things are designed by demons to torment a person, to steal all of their money from them, and ultimately cause them to want to end their life prematurely. That's what demons do. So it all goes back to our wounds. How many wounds did you have when you were growing up? How much pain did you have? Either not having a father, not having a mother, or having a father or mother that treated you badly because they weren't healed and they weren't delivered. You know, the movie The Shack, I talk about that a lot, is representative of what happens when you have demons. There's a, you know, in the movie The Shack, there's a man that got beat up by his father in a shack. So it caused him to be angry at his father, caused him to be angry at God. And it wasn't until he was taken into a cave by this angel and showed that his own father was beaten up by his grandfather in a shack that he finally realized, well, that's why my dad did to me what he did. So he knew that he needed to forgive his father for hurting him, because his father, only reason he hurt him was because he was hurt by his own father, and that's how it works. And it's interesting because in that movie, The Shack, there's a scene at a place called Multnomah Falls, and that is just east of Portland, and I'm planning to go visit that tomorrow, along with looking at the gorge, which parallels the gorgeous Columbia River. So it's an amazing journey the Lord has me on, and it's essentially a simple message: forgiving. We need to forgive people. When we forgive, we get healed, we get freed. We take away legal rights the demons have to torment us. They don't have any legal rights. Once you forgive someone, then you can command them to go. You can command them to go to the pit like Jesus did, and then you can be at peace. You can have fun. You can have joy. You can really enjoy. It's very sad, Steve, about your grandfather committing suicide, but it's interesting, you know, demons cause people to have a lot of negative thoughts, you know, and again, if we have traumas that happen to us, wounds that happen to us, those demons will tell us to kill ourselves, and you'll hear those thoughts over and over and over again. You know, we've seen many people who have gotten delivered from the suicidal thoughts from going through the prayers that we have at Restorative Freedom, and all it is just repentance for our own sins and forgiving people for hurting us. It takes away the legal rights of the demons. We can command them to go. So if the church could simply do their job and teach people the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, that they need to forgive, because if they don't, the Father can't forgive us. It says that in the Bible. God can't forgive us if we don't forgive others. So when we forgive others for what they've done to us, it doesn't mean that they can continue to abuse us. It just means you're giving them to God. Now God's responsible for, you know, trying to get them healed and delivered, and or consequences. But if you take vengeance upon yourself and try and take your anger and bitterness out on other people that have done you wrong, then you are doing what God's job is. And the demons want you to do that. They want you to be angry and bitter and never forgive. And then you end up having tormenting thoughts, negative thoughts. And that's what depression is. That's what suicidal thoughts are. It's demons. It causes people to hear their negative words spoken to them, trying to get them to kill themselves. And it's a very sad, sad situation. You know, again, the only reason why anyone would kill themselves is because of hearing demonic thoughts telling them to do that, that's the best solution for them, when it's not. So the Lord wants to heal all of us. And it's neat. I've never been in this woods before, this park, but it's got a lot of trees. It's got a creek running through it, and there's a lot of peace here. But again, even being in a peaceful place, if you're getting thoughts, like the National Science Foundation did a study in 2005 and found that the average person could have 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot. But of those thoughts, 80% were negative, and 95% were the same thoughts they had the day before. So when you're delivered, it just means that you've forgiven everyone that's ever hurt you. You've given them to God, let God deal with them. You give them to God. You don't have anger. You don't have bitterness. You don't have tears. It's like, they hurt me, but I give them to God. And the only reason that anyone would ever hurt you is because they're not delivered. So they'll say things to hurt you. I would never say anything to hurt anyone. I'll speak the truth. And some people don't like to have the truth spoken about them, understanding that, if they still have demons and they've done some bad things themselves to hurt other people. Jesus wasn't real happy with the Pharisees and the scribes and those that were buying and selling in his church. So he had some righteous anger. But there's a lot of people that have demons that do things to self-sabotage their relationship. And when the person pulls away from them and wants to have peace, then that person gets mad. And then they start to lie about that person to try to hurt them and get back at them. So it's up to us who have, the Lord in our hearts and have nothing but good things that we want to do to people to help them, that when those people that aren't delivered say things to try to hurt us, we have to forgive. We give them to God. It doesn't mean that we're their best friend anymore. And it may be that we have to separate from them if they're in marriage to us, because they are there to hurt and they are not willing to own their own issues. We talked about that yesterday. If you don't own your own issues, then no one can get you delivered. You got to own your own issues, otherwise your issues will own you. And then you will self-sabotage your relationships over and over again. You will pursue sinful things and behaviors. You will be sexually impure. You will be jealous. You will be envious. Galatians 5:16 through 26. Read that. The first part of it talks about the fruit of the flesh and why people don't do what they're supposed to do when they're in the church. So it's so important for us to get and pursue inner healing, forgiving people for hurting us, asking Jesus to show us the people that hurt us from his perspective so that we can then forgive, truly forgive people. Boy, that sun is like right in my face. I did not know, but I can see the light now. I can see the light. So anyways, today, think about all those who have hurt you in the past, and then ask the Lord to show you from his perspective why those people hurt you. And I guarantee you, he will tell you that they were also hurt, that they have demons, that they need to forgive those who hurt them. So in knowing that the only reason why people would hurt you is because they're not delivered yet, you can forgive them for anything. Some people have been hurt really, really badly, and the Lord doesn't like it, but it's because those people got hurt themselves and that they're passing on their pain to you. So anyways, I will let you guys go. And did you know that there's lots of eagles that are flying around, like the state of Oregon? They have a ton of eagles that are here. Also, I think up in Washington, like bald eagles. So I will keep my eye out for the bald eagles and continue on. Again, tomorrow night we'll be in Portland, Oregon, at a new venue that just came up as of last night. So if you missed last night, you can still catch me. Go ahead and go to restoredtofreedom.com, my website. You can click on the events, or it's on the front page, and you will see the address. And you can show up at 7 p.m. tomorrow night, and we will help you get your breakthrough, getting healed and delivered from your wounds. So, alrighty, well, I am going to let people go because I'm done. And the sun keeps trying to come in and shine on my face. So, all right, enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you guys on YouTube. All right, bye.